Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I am back from my vacay. I know you guys missed me. I am here with my Saturday night shenanigans, and look, I have a guest. It's LaTisha from this season of Love After Lockup. Hey, girl,
Hi, Miss Mary, and
how
everybody
are
else.
you?
Hi.
Um, so what do you think of the season so far?
I think the season is the craziest I've seen so far.
Right? This is a good fucking season. It's really,
I
really
said, damn, what? It was just so
right.
much.
It's been off the hook.
It's not boring at all.
No, it's not boring at all. So Tish and I are gonna do a recap tonight, and then we're gonna leave the best for last. And we're gonna talk about everything that aired with her this season so far and what's going on with stuff. So don't worry, we're leaving the best for last. So, girl, this episode, let's start off with Zaria and Troy. Mama Karen, you gotta love her. Okay, first of all, she has no panties. Okay, she did the coochie spray last week, and she popped a couple of gummies for church. Isn't that what we all do for church? Is pop a couple of gummies, girl?
Man, I'm like, you already paranoid going into church. So who the hell goes to church high as fuck? And not even just smoking weed, you pop some edibles.
She was funny as fuck, though.
No wonder she was in there talking about she hot. Yeah, because you burning the fuck up right now.
And laughing 1 minute, talking about Zaria's father's kind of ghetto, and she like him because he kind of ghetto.
It was like she was crying and then laughing and then crying and laughing. It was just like, I'm like, this shit is funny as fuck.
So at one point, she walked out. She walked out in the middle of the service.
I seen her go to the parking lot. She's like, they try to keep you in here. That's why I don't go to church. Now, mind you, I grew up in church, okay? So I kind of understand what she's talking about.
You were
Like,
feeling
right when
that,
you
right?
think it's over, do they get to preaching some more? You like, come on, I'm hungry. But you be scared to walk out because you think you're going to burn up or they going to put you on blast.
She's out there talking about, I'm too old for this shit. I need to
In
go.
the parking lot of the church, cursing. You
Okay,
high at
so
church, you're in the parking lot cussing, and you didn't even wear no panties to church. Like,
exactly. And then
she
she's
don't
out
give a
there
fuck.
talking nonsense. I'm in front of Zaria's son about women and shit like that. And then she's like, don't worry, you'll understand when you get older. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Philly Fox, for the super chat. So she's like, don't worry, you'll figure it out when you get older. And then she's, won't come into the church to meet Zaria's parents. And that was the whole purpose of this whole going to church thing. So Zaria's parents went out to the parking lot. And she's out there screaming, you exposed me.
You just busted yourself out.
She was stoned as fuck. And she's like,
They
you
just thought you
exposed
were
me.
emotional. Like, no, you're fucking fried.
And Sophia's like, but how did we expose you? And she just kept saying, you exposed me. You exposed.
That's probably one of the funniest scenes I've seen, like in the past few seasons. Like that was
Yes, that
so
was
funny.
funny as fuck. So Zaria's parents, patient as fuck. They did. Mom gave her a hug and said, I'll pray for you. Dad gave her a hug. Um, Troy loves his first church service, right? But he's not going to be a
Yes.
minister. He's not going to be a minister or a pastor, though. Okay, so he loves church, but he's not going to go all in.
Right.
And
He wants to take his time. It
like
needs
I
to be
told
his
you, girl,
choice.
the bangs look so good on you.
Thank you. Hey, Mary Pan. Thank you. I was so nervous when I started wearing, but I'm like, this is
No, it
cute.
is cute AF. I love the bangs on you, girl.
Thank you.
So, Zaria
I get
and
to hide my big
Troy,
ass head a little bit.
shush. So Zaria and Troy, here they are with their church look. And look, the girl got a ring upgrade, Tish.
Yes, I
Look at that
see.
ring. Okay. So now I find this interesting. Zaria has black herring gummies coming soon.
Right, they're supplying their own mother.
Look at that shit. Okay.
I need some of them damn gummies. I was gonna try to find her ass. Like, hey, can I get some of them gummies you gave your mother?
That was funny as fuck. And if I'm not wrong, if you look at the preview for Life After Lockup, Zaria and Troy are going to be back for Life After Lockup because
Yes,
that's
they are.
definitely her.
Yeah, they
So,
made a announcement. I seen it on Facebook, I think. Yeah.
so there we go.
I think they're a cute couple. Very, very it's an interesting storyline.
Yes, very, very
And then you
interesting.
I mean the whole church, it was already interesting with them, but mom coming to church, gummies and high and laughing with no pennies, that shit tops it all.
That was just a cherry on top, right? Oh,
I wonder if her parents are gonna film again after this
I
airs.
know, right?
They're probably like, what the? They probably didn't even know she was high.
Probably
They find
not.
out
Find
at
out on
church
TV
on
and
Sunday,
shit.
like, oh shit.
Okay, so now Kimberly and Joey. It's Christmas morning, and he left an hour after she gave him the car. He just went off on a little, on a little trip, but wouldn't tell her where he was going. But she has air tags in his car and his bag. Would you
Yes,
do
I seen
something
that.
like that? Would you do something like that?
Hell no, I'll pull up. My man go, no, don't play with me.
But how are you going to pull up if you don't have the air tag letting you know where he is?
Well, I guess I'm just old school. We have air tags back then.
I know we didn't have air tags.
Okay, so I put an air tag in his. I trust my husband, so I don't know. My thing is, I'm the type to sit in the dark when you
Mm,
pull up at come back home,
mm-hmm,
and I
mm-hmm.
flip on that light switch, sitting in the chair
I
in the
said, where
living
the
room.
fuck have you been?
Like, then it'll be a problem. I don't want to have to pop up nowhere, but I will if I have to. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if you need to do that, then yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I mean, he needs to. I mean, he needs to have his space. He's a grown ass man. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
But
But
I mean,
I can see if you have a history of maybe not trusting him, then yeah, plop that in
right.
there, the air tag in the car, and then hope confirm your suspicions or whatever, and then go from there.
Yeah. So everyone's
But
coming
this all
over.
happened on Christmas. Like, why the fuck you act like you just turned 16 and you got your first motherfucking car?
Exactly. Within an hour, he's like, all right, I'm going to go. I'll be back.
No, we going with you.
And everybody was coming over for a big Christmas dinner because then when he got back, his mom came, his niece came, Kimberly's dad came. So his niece has like some really, harsh feelings against him. Like
Yeah, some
they were really close when, she was a baby. And when she was in sixth grade, I think she said she found a needle in the bathroom, and that like totally changed her life because that was the first time she was ever exposed to something like that. And when he came out of jail one time, she gave him $40 to get a train ticket, and he used it to buy substances. So he did things to hurt her. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm not making excuses for him. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that man had an addiction and he was a whole different type of person. You
exactly,
know, I was incarcerated with people that were, addicted to drugs and things like that. When they're in prison, and they start to clean up, they're good and they get back out. And not all of them, but a lot of them, majority of them, get around that same things. And it's just, it's just an addiction. Like you
The
can't
cycle.
out,
Yeah.
it's a cycle and it's very unfortunate. So I'm sure he probably didn't intend to hurt her, you know what I'm saying? But, and that's what's scary, about, drug addicts, they are not in control of what's going on. So it's very scary, to be around them or have them around, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. So Joey tells her that he's not the same person he was.
Mhm.
He wants to make up with her, make amends with her. Now, the real person that he has to deal with is Kim's father, because he's, still holding on to a 20-year grudge over a
Dirt
motorcycle.
bag, dirt bike,
Okay.
dirt bike, right? Yeah.
Yep, yep, a dirt bike. Okay. And Joey Joey proposes to Kim with a $2,700 ring. He got the money from gambling winnings in prison. Okay. So,
Well, at least he didn't come home broke.
exactly. At least he came home with something. His mother was like, I was the
I mean,
one
he
that
spent it
bought
on
the
a ring
ring.
and not drugs, so.
His mother was like, I was the one that bought the ring. He told me her ring size. He gave me the money. I didn't want to know where the money came from.
Fucking love his mom. I
Right?
love that. She's
Right? She's like, I don't
like,
want to know.
I don't care. It ain't
And
none of
I
my
went
business.
and I bought the ring.
Yes.
Right?
I
So,
love her. I'm like, she's gangsta. I
I love
like it.
her and I love Kim's dad.
Yeah, Kim's dad. I mean, we all love dads. You know what I'm saying? And you could just tell he loves his daughter so much, and that he'll break somebody's nose over his daughter. So
Oh,
he
yes.
looks like
Oh,
maybe he was in the military or something. Like he looks real, like hardcore.
yes.
Like he doesn't play no games. But I really love how he loves his daughter. And how the kids love their grandpa, and I just love it. And I mean, he looks scary,
Right,
so
doesn't he? He has that
yeah.
presence, like he will break your nose.
Right.
So he tells, Joey, basically, don't break my daughter's heart. You
Period.
know, I don't trust you. 25 years ago, I know you stole that dirt bike,
And
but
right, he ain't getting up. He ain't letting that
Joey's
go.
insisting that he didn't steal it. Okay, but Mary Pants has a point here. Okay, that I don't think he confessed to taking the bike because he probably doesn't remember the whole day.
That's what I was thinking when I watched it. I'm like, first of all, it was 20 years ago, and that man was on drugs.
Exactly. He
Like,
probably
he
doesn't
probably
even
was
remember what the
tripping
fuck he was
and
doing that day.
right, exactly. Let that shit
Okay.
go, Dad.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. You're never
Let
going to
that
get a
shit go. And it was
confession out of
20 years
him.
ago. Charge it to the game. Okay.
But unfortunately, even though dad gave Joey his blessing, he doesn't have high hopes for this. He believes that Joey will be using within 3 months.
I hate the fact that it's one thing to think it,
Right.
okay,
And it's
than to
another thing to
say it
put
out
it out
loud. Like
there.
what I just said, I mean, a lot of people do, a lot of drug addicts do go back into that lifestyle. But to speak it, and this is your future son in law, like, I mean, I would have never said that on TV, okay?
Exactly.
I would have definitely, kept that, and make sure that this young man doesn't, go back into his lifestyle, that lifestyle. That's a trigger right there to even say that, to have somebody doubt you like that, and especially on national
You're
television.
absolutely right,
You
Tish.
need to have
Yes.
positivity around you, even if, well, we're not going to even claim that. We're going to claim that he's going to stay sober. He's going to be an amazing stepdad, amazing husband,
Exactly.
and yeah.
So moving on to Bianca and Joey. What do you think about Bianca's story so far?
Well,
Lots and lots of trauma. Lots of
it
trauma.
really is. I think that they are really, really editing the shit out of her storyline, honestly.
Yeah. Like,
It's
okay,
like I'm
first
like watching.
we have the whole thing with the car accident, and we see this horrible scar on her neck. Um, Now I understand how she would want to find somebody to reach out to during that time that she was in the hospital and she lost her voice and stuff. But I think where the editing process comes in is how she decided to go on a prisoner website and like reach out to a prisoner during that time. So I think the editing process between there is that where the confusion comes in.
Ain't nobody finna. If I'm laying in my hospital bed, I'm not thinking about nobody in motherfucking jail. I want
And
somebody
I
here
think
right
that's where the
now. Come save
confusion,
me. Come
right?
feed me grapes. Okay. Like,
Exactly. So that's where the editing process, I believe, comes in. Oh, hi, it's Daniel.
hi.
Hi.
I'm saying nice things.
Yeah. So I think that's where like the editing comes in, and it's like, okay, it doesn't make sense.
Well, not
Now,
even just that. Like I mean, I guess just because I've gone through this, so a lot of things seem really forced, you know? And I hate that because a lot of us have really awesome storylines and then sometimes, when it comes to the editing and all that stuff, it just gets twisted the fuck up and you don't know until it airs on TV months later. So, I mean, yeah, so that's what I think's what's going on with her. Um I think that they're, yeah.
and now another concern of mine with her is she's very young and she's been through so much trauma. She's only 24.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we, first,
Baby.
right? And the first trauma we learn about her is this car accident. And then we learn in this episode that she had a miscarriage.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of triggers,
Right.
for any woman, especially a young woman like her, to be so young and to go through so much, and then not only do you have to replay it for filming and then turn
Exactly.
around and it airs and you have to go through it again. So, Bianca, we are here for you. I'm sorry that you had to go through those types of things.
And
Um, and we love you.
Daniel
So keep your
says
head
that
up.
editing is a lot for real, Daniel says.
Yes, it is. I know. I
Okay,
could
so
tell.
Tish knows. Okay.
I could tell. I said, these
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
I can even tell too, guys. So don't even worry. Like sometimes I watch a scene and I'm like, they edited the shit out of this.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, come on now.
Exactly. And thank you
But
so
yeah,
much, Faith.
but we have to just give our love to Bianca, okay? Let's give our love and support to her. You know what I'm saying? The show that we are on, shows all the crazy shit and it shows all it pushed together and edited. But she's a real person, okay? She's gone
Yes,
through
she
real
is.
shit and
She is,
maybe some things
yes.
that you don't even know about. So just show your support and your love, okay?
And if you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Just
Keep it to
move it along.
yourself.
Just move it along. Okay. Sometimes you don't have to express every thought that comes into our head about someone when we're watching a show or we see a post. We could just read it and just say it to ourselves and move it along.
Well, also, a lot of people just kind of watch us on TV, but then when you actually follow us on social media, you kind of get to really see who we really are, our personalities, our children, our daily lives, or whatever. So you probably guys should start following some of the cast members, and to really, really get to understand them.
And I know, and I'm glad you said that because Bianca has been showing her personality on her social media,
Mhm.
and she did a question and hold
I
on, let
seen
me
that. I
and
did see
I
somebody
want to
post
share. I
that.
want to share that to you guys. I want to share that. So here's a picture of Daniel. First of all, picture of her man.
Okay.
Okay. And she says, watching myself on reality TV is insane. And she still is in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. And now someone asked if her and Daniel still together. And she said, let's be real, would I still be in Arizona? Okay.
Period. She went down there for
Right?
him.
Exactly. She's still in Arizona. Okay. Hang on one second. Let me Someone else says staying with an addict is crazy. She says he's been sober and thriving. I would have booked the next flight to Florida if I was in an uncomfortable position. I don't think a lot of people realize I am also an addict. What you see on TV is what they want you to see. And that's exactly what we were talking about. They edit the shit out of it.
So people
Okay?
think like, oh, we just go. I'm like, no, like shit is, yeah. But and then another thing, like she said, she just said she was an addict. So you have to be careful with people, okay? You don't know what the fuck people are going through. You have to always be nice to people and kind to people. So you're judging people based off the show or based off the blogs or whatever the case is. Just either don't say mean shit to people or just, you know what I'm saying? Or if you don't have nothing nice to say, keep it to yourself instead of going on here attacking people, because I've had a lot of
Exactly.
these cast members reach out to me like, how do I deal with this? How do you deal with this? I say, fuck those people. First of all, ignore them, block them, things like that, because you have to protect your peace. A lot of these people, most of them don't know who we are really in real life. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
So here's another question. Someone says, you are drunk. She says, I've shot heroin. My septum is deviated from cocaine use. I'm recovering from alcoholism, but I'm helping myself. To call me a drunk is low and is a hit to the people like me rehabilitating. Then this is when I was like, whoa, this is fucked up. Okay. So apparently the person that she was in the accident with says drunk whore deserve to die. And she says, I hope you realize you need help. Compromising legality from a anonymous account is disgusting. You almost killed me. Your wages are garnished for 10 years and sent to me. You are the lowest of the low. You are lucky I have the legal help.
And right there, another trigger. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know that it's just somebody being so evil, and possibly even the person that was driving this car, that harmed this young lady.
Exactly.
So people are you and so imagine what's going on behind the scenes too. So that's very sick. I'm sorry that happened to you, Bianca. And just keep your head up. Don't even respond to those people because this person didn't even deserve your response. Block
Exactly.
their ass, keep it
Just
moving.
block them, report them for harassment. If they keep harassing you, report them for harassment, block them. Just don't even waste your mental health energy on this
You
shit.
you can't. I know it's easier said than done, but you can do it.
Exactly. So someone else asked respectfully, have you looked into professional help for your traumas? She says, of course. Someone else says, what makes you proud to be you? I'm glad you're alive and thriving. She says, I'm unapologetically me, and I love that. I
Mhm.
don't dim myself down. I'm just happy to be here. And
Yay!
there you go, period. Okay?
Yes.
Period, period, period. And I just have to correct myself. That wasn't a picture of Daniel. That was a picture of a cousin. And yes, Daniel, it's a good thing you're on here to correct me. So thank you.
Well, Bianca,
Okay.
CC, you may be a beacon of hope for somebody else that has gone through the things that you have gone through as well. You have people that are looking up to you and you probably don't even realize it. So just keep shining, keep fighting. You are a survivor, and you're going to do amazing.
Exactly. So in this episode, she tells him about his father asking about her mental status, and he's like, don't worry about it, I'm gonna put
Mhm.
him in his place, take care of
Right.
that. I'm not, I don't approve of him doing that. But her friend Haley is really worried, and she thinks that Bianca is delusional for doing this. And you could see that she was really emotional
Yeah,
at
she
one
was.
point and
That
like
wasn't
worried for
faking
her
at
friend,
all.
you know
No, I could tell that wasn't no fake crying. That was some real. To me, it looked real.
exactly,
Um,
yes,
uh,
uh-huh.
and Bianca doesn't have no children, correct? Previous children or anything like that, right? So that I know of or that I saw. I mean, so live your life. Shit. You can get up and go move around and go move across the country, go be with your man. Women do this shit all the time, okay? Believe it or not, they're
Yeah,
just
it's
not
just
on
not
love
on
after
national
lockup.
TV.
Okay,
Exactly.
right. You are go ahead, live your life as long as you're safe. We know where you're at. Your family knows where you're at. You're checking in. You didn't just disappear off the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be okay. People put a what do you call it? Stigma on people who are incarcerated, and that's not fair. There are probably more dangerous people out here on the streets than they are incarcerated. Just be careful.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you do have a point.
Yeah, be careful. I mean, as her friend, because I had a friend that was like that too, who and that was years ago. But she has every right to be concerned about you, and that's fine. But after so many times, it's like, okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is my choice, so
Mm-hmm.
let me do this.
Exactly. Just, trust your gut instinct.
Hmm.
Don't, excuse me, try to make red flags green. If you feel like it's a red flag, it's a red flag.
Period.
Okay?
Trust
And
your instinct, baby, because
right, just trust your instinct and you'll be
yes.
fine. That's it.
Yes. So woman to woman, I've been through so many things in my life, okay? And you were just a baby, okay? So
To
you
me, you
trust
could be my daughter. I'm like, oh my God, she's
She
so
might be my
young.
daughter.
All right. This old lady
But
here.
trust your instinct. And as a woman, we do have the upper hand. When they say women's instinct, we have that shit. And we hear it, we feel it, and a lot of times we just ignore it. And then we're like, wait a minute, damn.
I should have
Tr-
listened to myself.
Trust your shit. We're women and we're powerful. Okay. We're
Even when you're
very powerful.
married, when you're an old married bitch like me, that shit still comes into play. I'm telling you, listen to it. Listen to your
Listen to
intuition.
it. It's
That
it's
is
it's
so fucking
yes.
true.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going. She's making the trip. Okay, and she says a prayer on the beach.
It's like going away to
Which,
college.
yeah, and she brings up the miscarriage, which I was like, I wanted to reach to the TV and hug
I
her.
know. Let's give her a hug.
Yes, virtual hug.
We love you.
And
Women go
she,
through so much shit. We go
yeah,
through so much shit, and that's why I say, and we overcome that shit. Women are powerful. We are more powerful than men. We
yes,
are
we are.
powerful. We are strong. We can have be pregnant and our bodies are working a full-time job and still go to work and still come home, cook for the kids, get them to school, all that stuff, and go through traumas and everything, and we keep going. Women are powerful. You got this, baby girl.
Yes. So she's gonna start her journey, and we shall see. So now Julian and
But just
Christine.
call Auntie Tish, okay? Because
Yes,
I'll
call
patch the
Auntie
fuck up. I'll
Tish.
tear this wig off and we'll beat his ass if it needs to be. I know you aren't here, okay?
Daniel, don't make Tish
Yeah,
take
yeah,
off
I'm
her
just
wig.
playing.
Don't make her take off your wig, okay? Because she's
Take this wig
serious.
off, shit.
When Tish takes her wig off, she's serious, all right? So don't make her take her wig off, Daniel. And don't make
But
me
y'all,
get New York City mad. Because if I get real New York City mad, the real Italian bitch I can be, between me and Tish, oh, forget it.
come on, Miss Berry.
Okay, Julian and Christine. So what do you
Is
think
this
of
the
these?
bank robber lady?
Yes, the bank
She's
robber lady.
badass. She's badass. And she's a white collar bitch. I love it. Shout out to my white collar bitches.
And she robbed 6 banks. Okay, and all she did was pass a note. She was on the news and everything, girl. She was on the news. They were looking for her ass. Okay. So she takes him back to the scene of her first crime because Julian wants to see. Like he's like interested in all this shit. So she takes him back to the scene of her first crime. She tells him how she wrote out the note. She Googled how to write a fucking note to rob the bank. Okay, she did her research before she robbed the bank, Tish. Okay, she is badass. So,
Yeah, I like her.
all right,
I didn't
she's
know at first until she talked about all the damn banks she robbed and this, and that. And I'm like, this bitch is kind of cool.
then she's like, wait a minute, you're my soul sister. Shit is kind of cool.
She was kind
So,
of cool. I
but
said, okay.
girl, she only got $2,000.
That's okay. Now that part right there, I'm like, come on now. Because how long
Right?
did she do? How long did she get?
I, uh,
Sorry. Well,
5 years.
was that armed? It wasn't armed, was it?
No, it wasn't armed
So she
robbery.
didn't get a
No,
whole lot of time as if she would have if it was armed.
she did
But
5 years.
$2,000? Fuck that
Two
shit.
thousand dollars at the first robbery. I think in total she only made like 10,000 for robbing
Please.
6
I need
banks.
a
Like, come on,
million.
please. So while she was showing Julian the scene of the crime, a cop car pulled into the parking lot,
See that shit?
and she got PSTD. Or she was like, "I want to get out of here. I don't like this. Come on, let's go."
Shit, I'm sure the bank tellers got PTSD. They know who the fuck you are.
She talked about how on her first robbery, when she gave the girl the note and the girl looked at her like she saw how scared she was, and she felt so bad that she was like, I wasn't gonna hurt her. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just wanted the money so I could get my dope,
But
which
she didn't know that.
shows you what addiction can drive someone to do, and the effect that it has on other innocent people.
Yeah.
Imagine that teller that day, how scared she was.
I'm sure she's traumatized for life.
Exactly.
But I mean, glad that it didn't go no further than it did. And,
Right.
yeah.
So they go to the house. And this is the scene that I was like, wait a second, Julian, what the fuck is going on here? So he shows her the house, right? And they go upstairs to see the kids' room. And he has, 2 kids that he gets 2 nights a week and every other weekend. But he hasn't told his ex-wife about her. And she can't meet the kids until his ex-wife knows about her, which to me is perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, because if I was the mother of those kids, I wouldn't want some person I don't know. And yes, I'm sorry, I would prejudge that person is a felon bank robber who just got out of jail around my kids. I
I
want
mean,
to
when it
meet
comes to your children, you have every right to
right. I
feel the
want
way
to
you
meet this
feel.
person. Okay, I want to meet this
Exactly.
person a couple of times, not just one time either. Like it's gonna have to be a couple of times before I feel comfortable to let them come around my kids.
He should have told her.
Okay,
He had no
so
right to not.
exactly, he still hasn't told her, and he tells Christine, "Don't worry. The solution for now is when the kids are here, you're gonna go upstairs. I guess to like the attic and stay up there, like hiding
She
her
just got
up."
out of freaking prison.
Thank you. Thank you. And not for nothing.
That's
Don't you think
triggering the shit out of her too. This whole episode is triggering as fuck. Okay.
and don't you think the kids are gonna hear maybe footsteps
Kids
of
are
her
nosy as shit. Mines are
walking
back
back
here
and
around the
forth?
corner, Liz.
Okay. How is she gonna go to the bathroom? So I'm sure there's a bathroom up there. Don't you think the kids are gonna hear the toilet flushing, water running? What do you expect her to do? Just stay in one spot the whole
Do
time
he
that the
like
kids
hiding bitches in the attic in the basement or something?
right? Like I was like, what the fuck, Julian? But then I was like, what the fuck, Christine? Because she's like, I'm not really, getting a job right now is not one of my priorities. It's like you do want to get your kids back, right? You do want to move on and do good for yourself. So getting a job is the first step,
Yeah, gotta provide.
right? I mean, you're going to have restitution to pay. You're probably going to have child support to pay. And she's like, Julian, why are you killing the mood? Do you have money problems or something? Let's not talk about this now.
Oh, shit.
It's like, what the fuck? So, yeah, so both of them. Between Julian, I'm going to keep you in the attic. And Christine, I don't need to get a job right now. I just have to say, what the fuck?
In the
Okay?
same house. It's just weird.
Thank you.
That is shit. As a woman, I would have never did that shit. I would have went back to prison. Okay? Because fuck you. Fuck you.
If this was the case, the least he could have done was maybe get her an apartment for a couple of months until,
No. He should have motherfucking told his ex-wife.
But he
okay?
didn't. But he didn't. So the least thing he could have done, instead of trying to stick her in the fucking attic, was maybe get her an apartment or something while the kids are there. Because this is like, you expect her to stay in the fucking attic? Like, come on.
That's weird. It's a potential altercation. This lady just got out of prison. That's just, it's a lot.
Yes.
That's weird. Weird shit. I hope that was edited. I really hope so.
Me too. But I have a feeling. I have a feeling it's not.
What's her name?
Christine.
Christine, blink once if you need help.
Okay? Exactly, please.
We're coming to get you, boo. We're coming.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I just have a feeling that is not edited.
That is some weird kidnapping shit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we left the best for last on this episode. Shante and True.
Love them.
Oh my God. Okay, so we pick up where we left off from last week. Shante is sobbing hysterically in the car.
I know. I'm like, damn. I'm trying to adjust my wig. Like, what the fuck is going
on? Okay. Because he just, he doesn't want to be exclusive, and he wants to live his best life.
He just got out of prison.
He just got out of prison.
13 years, I think.
And she wasted 2.5 years and $30,000 on him. So,
and I'm sorry, Miss Mary, to interrupt you. No, she hasn't visited him at all, right?
No.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. I love you, Shante and True. Okay.
Yes. And guys, you know that I love you too.
Yeah, we love you.
But that was the problem. That was the problem. They never
have to be around each other.
Exactly.
And a lot, especially if they're going to come home, especially for somebody who's been gone that long. My husband's been gone for almost as long as True. I visited my husband a lot, and spent a lot of time with him every month. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
And True big as shit. How tall is that man? He's big as hell.
Oh, he is big as hell.
He's tall.
They were only together for 3 days, and they were fighting all the time.
Yeah.
It's
a lot. If you haven't been around each other at all, especially no visits and, or nothing like that. So then when you get around each other and then you guys are just going to, you know what I'm saying? Because you haven't been around each other, So, yeah.
So he calls his sister to come pull up. He gets in the car with Shante, and she's like, what do you want from me? Just leave me alone. And she basically takes off. Okay?
Yeah.
So fast forward to 14 weeks later. She's meeting her daughter, who is already 30 weeks pregnant, and her best friend at a baby shop to go baby clothes shopping. Okay? And she picks up, this little backpack, baby mommy backpack.
Right.
And she's like, what do you think it is? And they're like, yeah, that's cute. And she's like, well, maybe I need this because I'm pregnant.
Right. Boom.
The husband's like, right, who?
Right. Okay, let's pause right there. Okay. Now, if you tell somebody that knows you very well that you're pregnant and they say, by who? Use the how. No, I'm just joking. Shut that.
Oh.
Shante, I'm just joking. But that shit was funny. And she
That
was
shit was
like,
funny as
Shantae's like,
fuck.
who do you think by? Of course is
It's true. I'm
you know, he's
14
the only one
weeks.
I've been with. Like, what
Right?
the
I'm 14 weeks. Of course
I
it's
probably would
true.
have hit somebody if they said by who. Damn,
Oh
what
yeah,
you
me too.
trying to
Especially
say?
if they're my best friend, they would have got slapped. Hell
And they're
yeah.
like, oh, you haven't been with him in 3 months. Like how? Well, we fucked before we broke up. It only takes one
Exactly.
time.
And her
Shit.
daughter was like, I don't need to know all this.
Right. Well, you about to have a little brother or sister.
So 2 months after her breakup with True, she faked it at work. She wound up going to the emergency room. They ran all the tests. Shante has talked about her lupus diagnosis. Okay.
Yeah.
They ran all the tests and they told her that her pregnancy test was positive. And she said, who? Whose pregnancy test is positive?
Right. We all like, hold up. Because
Like,
she's got
what?
grown
Who?
children.
Me?
She's got grown children. She like, hold up now.
And listen, she's a grandmother 3 times over.
Fuck.
Okay. So when they said
Shantae,
her
baby.
pregnancy
Woo.
test was positive, she said, what? You talking to me?
Them ovaries still working, boo.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And them,
Okay.
first of all, Miss Bear, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But men straight out of prison are fertile as fuck. You're gonna get knocked up, even if you ain't got no ovaries. You gonna get knocked up, okay?
And that is what Tish
They
sticks
got
by.
like
Oh my
super
God.
sperm, dude. They come in with like the sperm got like a shield and a sword. It's like fighting its way
And let
through.
me tell you, True is extra fertile because not only is Shantae pregnant, but she's pregnant with fucking twins. Okay, so he got that super sperm because she is pregnant with twins.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay. So, but it's okay because she comes from a big family. She has a big, she has 4 kids already herself, but she's aware that she's most likely going to be doing this on her own because True is like inconsistent. He's living his best life. So, but she calls him to tell him. And he's like, okay, so first he gives his little life update. That girl, what's her name again? That girl he met at the gym, Tisha. The chick he met at the gym, his sister's friend. Okay, I know, not you. Apparently got him kicked out of his mama's house because he didn't want to be with her. So she called his mama and told her some lies and got him kicked out of her house. So now he's staying with a roommate who happens to be a female and who he takes the fifth about whether he's smashing her or not. Okay. So, and his PO found out that he wasn't living at the address that he told his PO he was going to be living at. So he's going to have to deal with that in a couple of days. Okay?
Oh yeah, you gotta keep on top of the POs. I got violated years ago for that shit. Like you gotta tell them you belong to them. So you gotta tell them, get permission to move anywhere.
He's going to learn the hard way if he keeps fucking around with his PO. That's all I'm saying. He's going to learn the hard way. So Shantae says, listen, I'm just going to tell you, I'm pregnant and it's twins. And he says, wait a minute. Is this punked or something? It shows you how long he's been away. Okay.
Is this punked?
Okay, because Punk hasn't been on TV for a long time. Okay. So he's like, she's like, I'm telling you because I feel like it's the right thing to do. Okay. But I don't necessarily know if I want you involved. And he's like, what are you saying? Now you don't want to have kids with me? And she's like, I'm just, I just don't know if I want you involved. He's like, okay, we could talk about it when I get up there. And she's like, no, you ain't coming up here. And he's like, oh, yes, I am.
Right.
Okay. And that's how that ended.
Does
now,
True have kids?
What happened?
Does True have kids?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're still together. And one thing I have to say, is Shante. She could fucking throw down when it comes to food.
I'm going to
Okay,
her house because I'm hungry.
they be posting plates. Look at this shit. I'm like,
And look at
girl,
her man. True's big as hell. She
I
gotta know
know.
how to cook. Feed his
Oh
ass.
yeah, look how much food is on these fucking plates. You gotta feed a big dude.
Yes.
Now, this picture of her and
Oh,
her little bump looks so pretty. Okay,
they are
now,
so cute together. I really
yes,
love them as a
they
couple.
are.
Hmm
They are.
I
You know,
really
I had
believe
the
it's really
pleasure.
genuine. I don't think he don't play about her. Like you could just tell he's just like, this is my woman. I got her.
So I had the pleasure of sitting down and talking to them about a month ago, and they are a cute couple. But I just want to share a little clip from my interview because at the end, True started talking about 2 restraining orders that he had put against him. And I have a feeling that one of them may be this Tisha
Not
person.
me.
Now, not you, this Tisha person. So give me a second, guys. I just want to share this little clip.
That
From,
Tisha person is the person that got him kicked out of his mom's house.
yes,
So she's a
yes.
stalker bitch.
So let's hear what True said on our interview about a month ago. True's gonna
Listen,
clap back.
can I say something about the restraining order shit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so listen, you heard about the little restraining order shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You heard about the little black chick teacher. No, I can't even say because they ain't played it, did they? You can say
Too late.
People, listen, I'm not no aggressive dude to no female. I don't put my hands on female. I don't even yell at females. You know what I'm saying? The reason this girl got a restraining order on me is because literally. Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you how it went.
He eating right now during the interview.
On, I put a restraining order. At first, I let them do whatever they want to do because I didn't care. I was like, I didn't give a fuck. They wanted to be with me. I didn't want to be with them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We was friends, and one of them. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I was actually messing with Landon, this white girl.
Okay.
And we wasn't together, we was friends, but having intercourse or whatever thing. You know what I mean? And she started gaining feelings. I didn't want to be with her. I'm with Shante. I told her to quit calling me, quit texting me.
Well, let's clear something. Everybody knew about Shante. Shante didn't know about nobody.
Yeah. Everybody knew about Shante, but I didn't tell Shante about them.
Okay.
Just because she come first, so that's why they know about her because I'm not hiding Shante. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it didn't make sense. Do it make sense or not for real?
Okay, but True, you know that there shouldn't be anybody else but Shante.
So this is what a lot of people don't know.
But it happened though. So
yeah. So in real life reality, me and True broke up for a little bit.
Okay.
Dealing with production, it was just a lot to happen, and we broke up for a little bit.
Okay.
During that time, True moved from his mama's house. I'm up here, I'm down there. True can't come to Kansas. He can't be an independent. So Lyndon was his friend. Go stay with your friend. Like I knew he was staying there. Did I know the other little back stuff? No, but I knew he was staying there. This man was in jail 13 years. I'm not dumb. If I'm seeing you, at that point we were seeing each other. Yeah, we still see each other every weekend. Yeah, so if I'm seeing you, I'm not dumb. You're doing something.
Right,
but I can't. I'm accusing you, but I don't have no proof. And even Lyndon's like, no, we're just nothing but friends with her slow self. So, it just happened like that. And then when
the whole moral of the story, I didn't want to be with her, so she on some like she called the police on me, trying to get me locked up. Her and this other black chick that I didn't want to be with. They like called the police. I'm like, if you don't answer they making all these texts. What's it called? Text now?
Yeah.
Text now apps. I didn't know what it was. They started making it. And I kept blocking them, ignoring them. They just kept hitting me up, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to fuck with y'all. Y'all got the police involved. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And they like, if you don't come, one of the girls said, if you don't come see me, I'm gonna report to the police these bruises you put on my face. Girl, I ain't seen you in like 2 months. I never even touched you. Never did. Some other dude probably beat her ass and shit, and that's trying to blame it on me or something. But the whole thing though, like I didn't care what the fuck they was talking about because I don't be around y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all no more. So leave me alone. So they was on some, if I can't hide you, ain't nobody finna hide you. I'll put your ass in jail before I see you with another female. And that's how it went. You know what I'm saying? So they dropped the restraining order, one of them, the black girl. The white girl, she got it because she's white. No, if I'm dead ass serious. She couldn't prove that I threatened her, put my hands on her. She even said that I didn't put my hands on her, didn't be aggressive with her, none of that.
It was a mutual restraining order.
She still got the restraining order.
Now, how long ago was this?
This was was it like May, February? No. I'm sorry, when did they grant? You talking when did they grant the restraining order?
Yeah.
It was like in April, I think.
Okay.
But it happened in February. Remember,
like
I kept
April. Yeah. But all the stuff went down. What Tisha was like in February. Like this girl, they had criminal charges on me. You feel what I'm saying? Like they threw it out because it was bunk. The whole shit was bunk. I got it on video and all that. So, but
I think the biggest misconception about that is like people try to make it seem like I didn't know about it. I was at every court date. They was at the court date. They will literally text True like, "We seen your girlfriend at the court date," and try to tell him what I got on. Like we wasn't sitting next to each other. Like y'all got to make it make some sense at this point.
And the black girl, she just wants some clout. She just want to be on the show. She got everybody around town thinking that she the main cast member and all this shit. So she just she delusional, crazy as hell. So and she up here posting what she posting pictures of me talking. Oh, this True. He got a little dick. Oh, this another picture True. He's gay. But I was gay and I got a little dick, but you want to be with me. Like, cool plan. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So it was the chick from the show. Tish. It was his sister's friend that tried to put the restraining order and all that crazy shit on him.
Jesus,
wow. Wow. That's a lot. Okay.
These women are crazy. Women start so much shit, man.
They could be petty as fuck, right? Petty.
I would hate to be a man.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Women are nuts.
All right, girl. We're up to you now.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so this season, Keith is supposed to get the immediate release. And I just want to tell you, you are one of my favorite Love After Lockup franchise cast members because you are entertaining as fuck. Okay? In that first episode when Keith called you and said that he could be, eligible. Mommy, Elden's coming home.
Yes, I was happy. I was just because that moment it was like a beacon of hope for me. I was going through so much in my life that I'm actually just now starting to crawl out of. And so I just knew with my husband coming home, this had aired back in filmed back in January, February.
Right.
I really needed my husband, so I was just so excited. We have fought so many times, have depended on so many laws and motions, and I've been in this with him,
Right.
so
it's been a roller
I'm
coaster.
excited. How when you eating and you be dancing when you eating.
Yeah, you're excited. You're excited. So one thing that came up about you this season so far is your daughters. Okay. Now, first of all, your little one, she is a character. Okay. Can we just she is too much. She is adorable. Okay. She comes up with the greatest one-liners. And
She do.
her
He
bond,
embarrassing the shit out of me.
right? And her bond with Keith. I mean, what we see on TV,
They're like this.
but I can imagine behind the scenes.
Oh, they are like this. Like, he's like, tell my baby girl, have a good day at school if he doesn't get a chance to talk to her, or, how's my baby girl doing? And it just makes her blush because she's never been called that before. She's never been treated like this before. A lot of people they attack me because obviously my husband's in prison. He doesn't know my children, things like that. And that's not the case. And my daughter my youngest, anyways, has built a relationship with him, going on 4 years, so
Right,
that's a long time. They met when she was 3 years old, and he's just been amazing to her. His family has been amazing to her, even his biological children, so
right,
we are
right.
already a blended family, even though you guys haven't really
Which is
seen it
beautiful.
yet. I don't really
Yes,
post much of it or anything, but that's already been in motion, so
right. So, some of the fans have expressed concern for your oldest daughter because she looked absolutely miserable, Tish. Okay. I mean,
yes.
you have to admit it too. She looked
Oh
absolutely
yes.
miserable. So, do you want to clear up why she looked miserable?
Well, my daughter hates filming. She absolutely hates filming. She doesn't even like to be on FaceTime. She doesn't like to take pictures. That's just who she is. So, filming last year for Love during lockup, she hated it. So then when we filmed again for Love after lockup this year, my producers were like, I'm like, my daughter doesn't want to film. She doesn't want to do it. They're like, well, we have to keep the storyline going. It's gonna look weird, or all that shit. So I forced her, and I shouldn't have did that. And I feel really bad. And I told her I wasn't gonna force her again. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Two, these teenagers have attitudes. Okay. you
Especially
know?
teenage girls,
Yeah.
okay? Hormones, menstrual cycles, and all that good shit, okay?
Yes, these teenagers have attitudes. It's just everything. And then
So you were
three,
forcing her to do something she didn't want to do.
it was all type of shit.
She's
So
already a teenage girl with a fucking attitude. And the result is what we saw on TV, right?
yes, yes, and all the backlash I got from it.
Right,
So I'm like,
exactly.
can you be nice this time? Everybody thinks you hate my guts, okay?
Okay, so
And then
now,
three, she does feel some type of way about Keith. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Just because like she says, she doesn't know him, and that's the truth. She doesn't really know him. She doesn't talk to him like that. Like, she hasn't built that relationship, and she just doesn't. She's like, I'll just deal with it when he comes home, but can he kind of see over there first?
Right.
Things like that.
So now, as for Keith, okay, you posted this about him graduating from his program. Now we find out that he's not going to get immediate release just yet. We're going to get to Ben in a second. But do you want to talk about this program and what's going on with Keith right now?
Yeah, so my husband graduated yesterday from the RDAP program. I forgot exactly what it means. It's like residential something program. So they call it the drug program. My husband wasn't a drug addict or anything, but he did sell drugs. So anyone who's been, had any type of dealings with drugs, um, depending on their situation, may qualify to take this program. And then some people that take this program can qualify for time off their sentence. And then some of it may even go towards halfway house time. So
There we go.
what I made this post, I don't know if you want me to go into the whole other shit, or you may wait.
We can go into the whole other shit.
Yeah. So when I made this post, I put in there that, we didn't rely on it. This isn't based off an attorney or a fake paralegal or whatever the fuck, or any laws or anything. This was my husband's hard work. He was in this program for 9 months, and every day, Monday through Friday, even on the weekends, he's got a mentor, other people. And I mean, I'm talking about it's a really intense program. And if you mess up at all, they kick you out. Okay, you may be disqualified, you lose your chances of even getting. So I was very, very proud of him because I'm on an interview. So he has worked very hard for this. So yes, he's gonna be coming home now.
Yeah, that is fucking great. So he's gonna be coming home soon?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna have the same wig on too, Pop.
Okay, so let's talk about Ben. Okay.
He might pull it off.
Girl, he's gonna be pulling it off, and you're gonna be on walls and ceilings and everywhere else.
I don't care. He can get this while I got this wig cap on.
All right, girl, let's talk about Ben, the fake ass paralegal. What the hell happened there?
So, Kira, can you stop while I'm on the interview? That's enough ice.
I'll say hi to Kira. Come on, put her on for a second.
Miss Mary wants to see you.
Everybody wants
Don't
to
you
see
get
her.
out here telling on my business either, okay? Her ponytails are, she can't see. Come over here. Yeah.
Hi, Kira.
Her hair is crazy right now because we're about to go to bed, but yeah. Say hi to everybody.
How are you, sweetie?
You told the world I was plastic. Okay.
You are plastic.
Go, bye. That's enough. You know how many people I had to argue with and let them know I didn't have plastic surgery because of her? It went viral because she called me plastic.
Because she's so damn cute.
She is adorable. That's enough ice. Kira, I apologize. I don't know why every time I do an interview, my children are just...
Because they're children. Nothing to apologize about. All right, so tell me about Ben. What happened there?
So Ben, he was recommended to my husband. I guess my husband knew that he was incarcerated. I didn't know, or I don't know what happened with that, but he was a paralegal. We did know he was a paralegal, so I know the difference between a paralegal and a lawyer. But he was highly recommended to us. He had been helping people get out of prison, and he actually told me that my husband was going to be home by Christmas of last year. So that's why we're on Love After Lockup. So then I hit the producers up and we started filming, and just a lot of things got put in motion based off of Ben's word. Well, things took longer. Christmas is almost here. My husband's, there's still paperwork's been filed, but no judge has, ordered his release, So then we get into January, February, and then as I'm filming, we go and I meet Arthur, the other attorney that I had met with last season. Right. He breaks it down further to me about how the process really works. That, yeah, you could file a motion, and yes, they do have good claims, possibly, but what your paralegal should have told you was that there's a chance that you have to, I'm just waiting on a judge to sign a paper yeah, he can get out. That wasn't the case. One, he has to qualify, and they were saying that he doesn't qualify. That was the argument from his public defender, that he doesn't qualify. Okay. Right. Two, even if he did qualify, we were requested a hearing. We had to have a hearing. So it could take several months to even get a hearing if they give us one. So my husband could already be home at that point. I didn't know none of this shit. Okay, none of this shit. Just for my husband, for it to come back that he never qualified in the first place. So we spent money, and it wasn't even about the money. It was about checking the website. I was checking that website 2 or 3 times a day.
And getting your hopes up. That's
was
like the worst thing.
It was
getting
very
your hopes
stressful.
up. You told, your daughters. You told his family, that he was coming home for you just to be let down at the last minute, right?
Yes, it was like we went through so much. It's like training for a marathon, or for the Olympics or something, and it gets canceled. And you're like, I just went through all of this shit for nothing. It was heartbreaking, tiring, and a lot of things kicked off, a lot of shit based off of that. And it put me in deeper financial hole and other shit. Really, it's really crazy. And I'm gonna, yeah, talk
Okay,
about that another
which
time.
brings me to my next question. A lot of people are saying, okay, so you guys spent $15,000 on your ring, but only $1,000 on a paralegal.
hmm
What's your response to that?
I mean, I'll wear my Louis Vuitton purse with some Fashion Nova. The fuck? Does it matter?
If
We
you
were
would have,
recommended. You can pay $20,000 for a lawyer and it might not work. Or you can pay $1,000 or even free, get services for free, and it works out better for you.
true that, yeah,
That's what it would happen. And we didn't have to pay. We could have just went through a public defender, but we wanted to speed up the process and not
right,
wait. So that's why we ended up paying somebody to just go ahead and have that shit together for us instead of sitting here waiting on the public defenders. Because actually, this law, it was a lot of people that were going to be getting out around that same time, or a lot of motions being filed. So
right.
it was a backlog. We didn't want to go through that. So that is why we did that.
Okay, makes sense. So, if that confessional scene after the scene with your friend last week, where you were talking to her about what was going on with Keith, and they asked you about your business, and you started to cry and said, let me take a drink. I don't want to talk about it. Do you want to clear that up?
Yeah, that shit pissed me off, man. When I see got those promos, and I already told them about this shit, so I really could give two fucks. Okay. As soon as I got those promos, I'm like, y'all, they edited the fuck out of that shit. They asked me about my business. I shut that shit down. This is back in like January. Because last year, all the fans tore me the fuck apart, thinking my husband was running the business from prison. Okay. So it was crazy. I said, I'm not going to go down that route with my business this year. So, and that was that. I
And
drank,
that's okay. So you
took my little
didn't want
sip.
to talk about your business because
Fuck
you didn't want
no,
to
I didn't.
put it out there
I
again.
didn't even want to film at my business. I didn't want
Okay.
to. That was something
Okay.
they fucking forced me to do.
So
So
when they asked you that question, what was your original answer? You told them, I'm just
no,
not
my
talking about it.
answer was what it was, is
Right.
that I don't want to talk about it. And I
Okay.
left it at that, and we didn't talk about it.
Right.
So what they did was they took a clip from me crying over something completely different and put it with this. I was actually crying about because they got brought up about my housing situation from we were talking about Ben, and I laid out the series of events this that his based off of his shit caused a lot of bullshit for me, and I was just trying to pull myself out of a depression
Right.
because I was scammed on my $400,000 home by my realtor.
Which we're
Okay.
gonna get into that in a minute.
Yes. So as soon as it came out my mouth and I started talking, I started crying. I haven't cried on the show at all.
Right.
And I hadn't talked about it publicly. A little bit I did, but it was just so much. And then going through all this shit with my husband and Ben and the everyday check, it was just a lot of fucking shit. So that brought out the tears. So like, shit, we got LaTisha to cry.
And they just spliced that
Fuck them.
together. So
That
how
shit was
is your
fucked up.
business? How's your business, girl?
Well, my business is slow right now. I haven't really been putting my effort into it. I got some things going on. Um, and that's hindering me. Just my husband being released. I was going through things with my slumlord. I have a severe stalker situation. I have a criminal case I'm fighting. So it's a lot of things that's going on, that has been going on. I'm
Right.
just now starting to pick up the pieces to my life again. So just everybody pray for me, and I'm gonna overcome all this bullshit.
Yes, you are, girl. So on the show, there's drama with you and Keith's sister.
Yeah, she's a motherfucking hater. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her ass.
That's
Shit. She was supposed to film with us. So like
I didn't
I
have
have
to, huh?
respect. I'm a
Right,
respectful person.
right.
So I had already felt some type of way.
Now, is this his older or younger sister?
This would be, I don't know what the fuck I think younger.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
It's a stepsister,
okay. Uh-huh.
not blood.
Okay.
Not that it matters, but
Right.
yeah.
I was gonna say it don't matter, but go ahead.
No, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it doesn't matter. That's still his sister.
Right.
It was hard I was trying to figure out because he got so many. But yeah, I believe she's one of his younger sisters. And
Okay.
yeah, she was supposed to film with us. And before we were like, we need some drama. Okay. So why not use real drama? Because it was real
Okay.
drama.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm respectful, so I don't want to go on TV talking shit and you're my family. You know what I'm saying? Technically.
Right.
So out of respect for my husband and for his family, me and her, we actually got on the phone. We had never talked on
Oh.
the phone before.
Oh
So
wow.
we did. We talked on the phone. I asked her about the allegations and she denied it all. So I let it be, because if I come to you and you say no, I don't have no proof. I let it be. This is what it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I'm like, well, hey, we talked her into doing the show. Well, let's talk about it on the show. Let's talk about it, bring it back up. And
Right.
even though we squashed it, TV don't know that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly. Uh-huh.
So she agreed to film. She agreed for me to go on here and say what I had to say. So that wasn't no surprise. She ghosted us. She didn't show up to filming. So like, producers are blowing her down. They're harassing me about trying to get her. I'm like, dude, we're trying. Like, nobody can fucking get a hold of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ghosted us, but would be watching my stories, things like this. So we had to hurry up and put another scene in there for something else, you know?
Right. Right.
So that's why her name's blurred out. She never signed a release. She never showed up to film. But I had already was talking shit on TV, so.
Right. Exactly. So, is there anything else that aired so far this season that you want to clear up, or
Well,
that
they
you're
ain't
like,
put me on shit this year. They
I
kind of
know,
see
girl.
me because Keith wasn't out, So,
Right.
I'm trying to even remember. Were we on episode 6 now? 7?
Yeah. Episode 6.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it. Ben really put us through a lot of bullshit. So,
And as you mentioned, you were going through a lot of shit at the
going through a
time
lot of shit. A lot of people don't
already.
know that. They just
So
want to sit there and laugh.
let's get it all out there and clear up, what's going on. Let's talk about your latest criminal charges. What happened there?
Yeah, so it's a dispute with a client, tried to work it out before any of this had even happened. And I was actually surprised when this did happen. So I have an attorney. I'm an amazing attorney. I'm fighting my case. Um, and I just hope that, things work out the best for both parties. So just pray for me, pray for the other person involved. Um, I know what happened. That other person knows what happened. So, you're innocent until proven guilty. And that's all I have to say about that. You guys will have to stay tuned.
There you go. We have a question. When is Keith out?
Very soon.
There we go.
Very soon.
Okay. Um, let's clear up the evictions. Your house eviction, your business, all that stuff.
So the only thing that I was ever really evicted from was my business. So my housing, that never happened. There was filings. So let's start with last year, when the article came out that I was being evicted from the home featured on the show. Actually, I mean, that was the situation with the realtor that scammed me. Iowa Legal Aid ended up picking up my case, and they helped me win. So I actually had a settlement in my favor because of them. The case was dismissed. All the cases were dismissed, but there was a settlement, behind the scenes. And even though it was a large sum of money, that's not what I wanted. I wanted my home.
Right.
But I took down a judge, two attorneys, and a realtor, and my case is going to be that beacon of hope for other people who have been victimized by these rent to own or land contract scams, with this company and these realtors. Hey guys. So yeah, that's actually what happened. Unfortunately, the person who made the first article never cleared it up.
So
So that's just still
you
out there.
went into a rent to own contract with a realtor.
I'm sorry. You guys have to go in there for right now until I'm done. I'm almost done. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, my niece is over here too. I'm a TT.
I know.
Come here. Come here. Sai. This is my twin.
Let me see. Oh my
Hi.
goodness. Hi, beautiful.
Hi,
You're so cute. What's your name?
Zaya.
Oh, hi, Zaya. Look at you too.
Right down butt.
All right, look, girls, go back in your Kira's room for now. That's it.
Give her like 15 more minutes, I promise. And then you can have her back.
I don't want to go back. You can wait until you can ask me those. Please go. That's like when you go to the bathroom. That's when the kids want to come there and ask you all types of damn questions. Can
Of
you make me a peanut butter
course.
and jelly sandwich? Really, while I'm on the toilet? Okay, I'm sorry. Can we start her? I do
No, don't
apologize.
worry. So you went into a rent to own contract.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even want a rent to own. I wanted a they're similar, but mine was more of a land contract,
Right.
and it was just all messed up. But yeah, very similar. Um, I put down a large sum of money. I was paying a large sum every month. I was paying for everything. I mean, it was like I was the owner, except for if the payment wasn't paid on time. So on a third day or fifth day, I would get like a 3-day notice on my door. Okay. And then he would just start filing evictions against me, and they will always get dropped. I just didn't know what was going on. I'm like, why are you treating me like a renter when I'm a buyer?
Right.
Well, one judge in particular actually really looked through the paperwork and brought it to my attention. I mean, he said it in front of the whole courtroom that it was like a land contract disguised as a lease or vice versa. So when he
Oh,
said that, I'm like, so he took his glasses off and everything. And I'm like, ah. Next thing I know, I'm
he
working
got
with
serious. He took his glasses off. Now, you know when the
yeah,
judge takes his
like
glasses off, that shit is serious. Uh-huh.
because it's like he's not able to give like legal advice to either one of us.
Right,
But
exactly.
like, you want some bullshit? And he's like, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's when Iowa Legal Aid picked up my case. And I was in denial for a very long time. Okay. Very long time. They tried to get me to settle out. And I'm like, I just wanted to make my contract legit because I made a huge accomplishment as a single mother, to do this
And you
big
just
house on my
wanted your
own,
house.
put
That's
a
all. You
pool in, big fancy fence. I mean, I had a beautiful, big, giant, beautiful home. And I wasn't, I don't like to fail. I don't like to lose. And this was something like, how do I get something else like this right now? Like, it was just too much. And then I
Mhm.
went into filming for Love Doing.
Right.
So before the show aired, we had mediation before trial. We settled in mediation. I think that was in May or June. And I moved out in September of last year. So Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. So then I move, and then I end up into thinking my husband's coming home. I'm like, okay, I signed a 6-month lease because we were going to, relocate. That was the plan. Okay.
Right. Right.
The day that we start moving in, me and my kids, so my parents are in the basement, the sewer's backing up. Long story short, they don't want to fix nothing. They don't want to fix the plumbing. They don't want to clean up the sewer mess. I ended up having to call the city. They were just trying to force me out because they didn't want to fix anything. I didn't understand why. I live in Iowa. I'm not gonna just move in January. It's negative 40 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying? Money's tight. I'm a single mom. I'm failing. My husband's coming home any day. This is what I'm thinking. It's just
Right.
a lot of shit going on. And the city had came out right away. We find out that the house is not even listed as a rental. So then they had to come out and do a big inspection. It was like a list of shit.
Oh,
It was just like, it was a beautiful home. But when you got into the house and started using the plumbing, that's when shit started hitting the fan. Even
literally hitting the fan, right?
yeah, even recently to the point where the sink is backing up into the washer and it's backing up into the kitchen, just a giant nasty mess. It was like I couldn't live in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
They filed for what happened? So this is back January's paid. I try to pay February, they're ignoring me. Now people are like, who doesn't want money? I've got the proof, the text messages, all that shit. So I even contacted the local civil rights. I filed a lawsuit against my landlords in March
Mm-hmm.
for all the bullshit. And so that's still ongoing right now. They filed an illegal eviction against me. And they did win, and I don't know how, but they did. Because
Okay.
I go out the courtroom so I can go file the what do you call it? To
Mhm.
overturn it or whatever. I forgot what you call it. The appeal. The
The
appeal.
appeal.
I
Uh-huh.
get arrested. Okay. So
Yeah, that's when your latest arrest came into play.
yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways, after that, I did end up appealing it. I won. Okay. So, but I don't want to stay here anymore. I mean, they haven't paid their mortgage since November of 2022. The
Nice.
sheriffs are there, a month after I signed the lease, saying that the house is being sold in a couple months.
Oh
It was all
God.
types of shit I was going through. They just kept filing against me and I would win. So I'm like, I need to go somewhere. I need to get out of here because it's not working.
Right.
Um, I mean, it's just crazy.
So, you said the only eviction that was reported that is technically true was your business eviction.
Yes.
So what happened there?
Yeah. So I mean, shit. I went through some issues last year. So, and that's what it is. I went through some issues last year and I knew I was going to relocate to another office space, and that's what happened. Um, and then tried to pick up the pieces, but instead of like slowing down and going smaller
Right.
location, I was just like, I'm very ambitious, so I'm like, you know what, we're gonna go get this bigger office space. I'm gonna get a bigger team, and then I just couldn't afford it. you know that's really what happened. So I decided to file for a bankruptcy for my business because I had built up debt.
Right.
Okay. I wanted a fresh start. I wanted all this to like stop. I was already stressed out and depressed over my house. Okay. So now I got to deal with my business, which is my bread and butter. Okay. Not only do I take care of me and my children, I feed other people's families. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm trying to make all this work. Now I'm on TV. Now all this shit's aired out everywhere. So it really took a toll on me. I was in a very, very dark place. Um, and
I know.
inherited a severe
I
stalker.
remember. I'm like, I remember. I know.
Yes, I was in a very, very, very dark place. And then just being ripped to shreds in
Right.
the media.
So I have
So,
another question for you. So, what's your background? Have you always been an accountant? And also, are you a CPA? That's a fan question from
oh,
Instagram.
no, so I started off as a tax preparer. Even before I went and got my credentials, to legally get paid to prepare taxes.
Right.
I kind of got pushed into being an accountant. So I'm not a CPA at all. I thought about it, but this just once I started my accounting courses in college, I'm like, hell no. So I just did the basics. So it's just really bookkeeping for me, and just basic accounting. All that extra stuff is not for me. I'm a tax boss, so I'm more on the tax side. I like to do all that, and then the accounting comes in when I'm doing the bookkeeping, profit and losses, just the basic things. But and that's it. I don't like all that extra stuff with
Right.
that comes with accounting. That's not me.
Like, that's not me. I
It's
don't
not
do
me. I tell
extra.
people, they're like CPA. I'm like, no, I'm not a CPA
Mm-hmm.
because it's a difference. An
Mm-hmm.
accountant, you could be an accountant. You don't even have to have credentials. You don't have to even go to college. You just have to practice it. Okay.
Right.
But a CPA, you do. You have to have so many credit hours and even more. And then you have to pass an exam with the state. And that's not my cup of tea.
She's like, taking an exam is not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I can do the exams. I don't like all that shit.
Right.
I'm cool.
So, my next question that's been out there. What's this about a tax judgment?
A tax lien?
A tax lien, yes.
Oh. I mean, I'm sure if it was $1,500, it probably wouldn't be an issue. But the fact that it says like 30,000 ish, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just think people need to mind their business. I mean, because I'm in this industry to where a lot of people owe tax debt, okay? Or possibly owe it, so and that's
Right.
what that is. So I will get my stuff cleared up. It's not going to end up being 30,000 something dollars. It's going to be a lot lower than that. But yeah, I mean, I
Are you
made a lot
working
of
on
fucking
getting it
money.
cleared up?
So
Are you working to get it cleared up?
I did the shit myself. I did the shit for other people.
There you go.
Yeah.
So get it cleared up, girl.
A lot
Get
of
it
people need to
reduced.
mind their business. I'm like, damn, a tax
Get it
debt?
reduced. Get on that payment plan and take care of it.
Now,
I
first,
mean,
this is what Miss Mary. So this is the problem. Okay,
right.
taxes are a scam anyway. Yes, I'm a tax preparer, but taxes are a fucking scam. Okay, it's the biggest fucking scam in America. We should not have to pay taxes on our hard-earned money. The more money you make, the more fucking taxes you pay.
You ain't
Okay.
gonna tell me that, girl. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, two, just because somebody says you owe something doesn't mean you owe it. Investigate it. People freak out. I have a lot of clients that freak out and they have to come to me and pay me a lot of money to help them. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think that they owe because a paper says you do. Just because that paper says you do don't mean shit. They're sending it to you because either you're gonna pay it or you're gonna fight back. A lot of people don't owe what they say, what that paper says they owe. So don't give up, fight, hire somebody, and you good.
Appeal it. Seek every option and
Yeah,
get
there's
that
all
shit reduced.
types. I mean, it's because you're owing for different reasons, possibly owing for different reasons. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Next, let's touch on your past criminal history. I know we talked about it before, but in case there's people listening now that haven't heard you talk about it, let's, get into your past criminal history.
Yeah, that's fine with me. So I have a few felonies from my past, all financial crimes. I wrote bad checks to my bank. Most of them well, the felonies was floating money from one of my banks to another one of my banks. Always just surviving, paying bills. This is how I survived. then. I wasn't selling drugs. I wasn't boosting. I wasn't breaking into people's houses. I was committing white collar crimes. So this is what I did to survive, to make sure that I had bills paid. It wasn't something I was doing on a daily basis. It was something that came up when I'm like, fuck, my back's against the wall. And then there was one charge, which was a fraud charge. And this was for me. This is back, like I said, these are all owed. This was back from like 2012 as well, I believe. Lying on my food stamp application, receiving medical and food stamp benefits, and lying about my income. So they decided to make an example out of me.
Okay, and how long did you serve for that?
You know what's crazy? It was a 10-year charge. Uh, I sat in the county for it because I didn't have no money to bond out.
Okay.
I sat in there for about 2 months. I had a public defender. My public defender told me when he did answer the phone, that they were going to charge me with ongoing criminal conduct, which was a 25-year sentence for lying because you have to report every month.
Right.
So when they said that shit to me, I had never really been in trouble like that. I'm like, holy shit. I'm not doing no fucking 25 years for getting food for my ex-husband at the time and my daughter. I only had one kid at the time. And medical. Fuck that. So I signed that plea for 10 years. So I did that, and then several years later, I went through a domestic violence situation. I almost died. I lost my job, and I'm like, damn, I need some money. Gotta pay the bills. So floated like $13,000 between my accounts and caught another charge. That was 2017 or 18, I think.
Okay.
I did get convicted a couple years later due to like switching around attorneys, and then COVID had hit. But yeah, that was my last charge in 2018. Besides what just happened now, which has nothing to do with that shit. So
So did you serve any time on the 2018 charge or just on?
no,
Okay.
I didn't. They gave me probation. I think I was on probation like in like less than a year. I
Okay.
never even see my PO.
Okay. So how does it make you feel when you see people comment that you're a scammer? And what do you have to say to those who say, you know something, she's a scammer?
Well, it's very hurtful, because it's not true. So when you have people say that, and then you have a lot of people saying that based off of what they see, they'll see somebody else say it or they'll see it repeatedly said, but there's really no facts. You know what I'm saying? And then two, you shouldn't go around saying things about, especially to that magnitude, and then on a public platform. I mean, you don't have no real proof, though. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't done nothing to you, so don't say those things, because what happens when it comes out that all of that was a lie? Are you going to apologize? But how much weight is your apology going to be? Because you've already said
Considering
it. Somebody
how
else, you say one thing
hurtful
on
the
here,
comment was to begin with.
500 other people see it. That's how rumors get spread.
Right.
So, and then even when things do get cleared up or whatever the case is, people don't really care anymore. They really want to believe the negative things. And it's really sad in this world.
Yes, it is. That is one thing that I think is so unfortunate is when there's bad press put out against somebody and people automatically believe it, even though the person could, say until they're blue in the face, no, this isn't true. No, this isn't true. This is what happened. If there's so much negativity and bad press put out there, people automatically believe it.
They do.
And it fucking sucks.
Hmm.
So let's talk about your current missions. What are you working on? The little
Well, I'm working on my finishing up my autobiography. It was
right.
finished, but then I was going through some severe stalker situations that I really felt needed to be in my book. And so that I'm trying to figure out a new date. So I'm thinking sometime here in the next few weeks. So I'll announce a date here in the next week or two. So
Okay.
I'm really excited about that. And then finally the book cover. So like I said, everything's pretty much done. Just gotta go through editing again and then have that book come out. So I've actually been writing. I've got a few novels that I'm working on. It's really nice to get to that point in my life where I can just let my imagination flow. I've always wanted to write. I used to write when I was younger. And I love to read. I have a shitload of books. I love to read. So that's my new journey. I'm still an accountant, but I really see how things can really affect your life and your business, especially when you go on TV. So you have to always have backup plans as well. Also preparing for my husband to come home. And I'm gonna get pregnant. So
Let's talk about your relationship with Keith for a minute because we haven't had a chance to see you guys on TV yet.
yeah.
How's the dynamic between you two? Because I love you, you're my friend, but
I
you
love
are
you too, Miss
loud,
Mary.
over the top, and how like how is Keith's personality? How do you guys balance each other out?
Well, I'm spontaneous and Keith is disciplined.
Okay,
So that
okay,
is one thing I have lacked my entire life is discipline.
okay,
And I think that's what's gotten me into a lot of trouble. I'm impatient. I'm not disciplined. I need somebody who's a thinker, who will sit there and think things out before they act. Me, I just react and I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So um, that's where he's at, but he's really loving and he's caring and he's strong. He got to be strong to deal with somebody like me anyway.
Oh, how's yeah.
But
I
but
mean,
yeah,
when you're going a little bit over the top, does he tell you, listen, you need to chill the fuck out?
he
Okay.
knows me so well, and I it makes me so mad.
You're like, damn.
He's just an amazing person. Everybody loves him anyway. Outside of TV, because you guys haven't met him yet, but on TV, you guys are gonna love him. You guys, you're gonna love him. He's an amazing man. Yes, he's in prison. So fucking what? Okay. He's an amazing man, amazing father, amazing husband, amazing son, all of that. Like, and I stand by him 100%.
Now,
You
how
guys are
many
gonna love
children
him.
does he have?
He has three biological children, and
Okay.
then he's my daughter, which we've talked of adoption.
Right.
So
Okay. Cool. So is
my
there
youngest
any
daughter, anyway. My oldest daughter, her dad is in her life full time.
right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything else that you want to clear up, talk about, get off your chest while you're here?
I don't think so. I think we really talked about a lot of stuff. We've been on here for
I,
almost 2 hours.
yeah, I think we covered everything, right?
Is everybody even still on here or they sleep?
No, there's people
I
on
can't see
here.
nobody.
Girl, we're not that boring. They're not sleeping. I hope they're not.
Okay.
Shit.
Is that me and my old ass? Like,
Girl, don't even
I'm
get me
just really
started.
excited. And my fan base has been growing. I've had a lot of women who have reached out to me who are involved with other men who are incarcerated. Women who have been incarcerated have reached out to me. Domestic violence survivors have reached out to me. Um, Women who have just gone through bullshit, and to see somebody go through. I mean, my shit's out in the open. A lot of my shit, not everything, but a lot. And
Right.
to see me, I can still smile. You know what I'm saying? Still keep going.
I give
I
advice
have
to
a lot of
others
strength in me.
that reach out
So
to you,
yeah,
you
it
know?
hurts. It does hurt. There's days where I can't get out of bed. Okay, now I'm about to start crying.
I don't want to make you
Yeah, I'm
cry.
not. I'm not gonna cry right now. But I've been through a lot. And my husband, he keeps me going. My kids, they keep me going. You know, um, it's a lot that I've gone through. So my books, The Letter Wearing Felon, I broke down a lot of those things. It is going to be a part two because some of those things are still ongoing.
Right.
Um, Yeah.
So, before I let you go, what advice would you give to a woman that is in a relationship with a incarcerated man?
So, one, look his ass up. Okay. So it really depends, like the charges. So definitely look him up. Don't take his word for it. Look his ass up. See what type of charges he has. Okay. And see if those charges are going to be charges that you're okay with. Okay. Two, I mean, you can hop on social media. You know what I'm saying? You can find out where he's from or whatever. Check out his family, things like that. Like my husband, he's from where I'm from. So that's why it was really easy for me. That's how we actually got hooked up. But do your
Do your
research.
research, right? Do
Do
your
a heavy
research.
research, especially if you have children. Or just even without if
Yeah.
children or no children. Do
And
your
just for your
research.
own personal safety, do your research.
Do your research. Okay. And surround yourself with supportive people. You're gonna have a lot of negativity because of the choices you choosing to date someone that's incarcerated.
Right.
So you really need somebody that's got your back, but also watching your back too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As well, because you're gonna do what you want to do. And nobody's gonna see what you see, in that person. So
Right.
just be careful because people are crazy in prison and on the streets. Okay. So you're gonna have to
So
watch your
true.
back, wherever.
So true. All right, girl. I think I'm done. But before I let you go, I just wanted to did you know that on Instagram now you guys are gifts or however else you call these things. So
Is
when you
that new?
I think so. I just
Oh.
discovered these. So when you
Look at
comment
you,
on
Miss Mary.
something, when you comment on something on Instagram, you could do like a little graphic thingy, and when you
Right.
type in "love after lockup," all you guys come up.
Well, that's weird because when I try to do gifts on Instagram, I can't because I have those in my
Right.
like folder from the show, but I can never get them to pop up on the internet. Fuck it. You have to
Well,
show me
they're
how to
on
do this.
Instagram now.
Okay.
So just an FYI, you could do "love after lockup" gifts on IG, and that's it. So thank you, girl.
Awesome. I'm a gift.
Yep, you're a gift. You're a gift. All right, girl. That's. I think
Two
I
hours.
basically.
I think this is our longest interview.
Yeah, I mean we recapped the episode. We had a little chat, So I think that pretty much covers it.
Okay. Well, let me
Okay.
go attend to these children.
Yes, go attend to the
They
children.
need to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
For watching us, and I'll see you next week. Bye,
He's
everybody.
coming home.
Yes, Keith's coming home real soon. Stay tuned. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.